7. Chapter 7 in the stories. Well, ascetic tendencies. For some reason, I even forget the exact influence. It was reading, as mentioned before, and seeing some Shakespeare on television and hearing those plays, which didn't give the powerful message, or the clouds that blew upon our sky in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Not that as an adolescent, but still the imposing cavalier, noble, strong, macho attitude of those nobles, princes, impressed. But how it was arrived to an ascetic perspective, I can't recall at this point. But that's part of the idea. Maybe these would be bringing back memories. I need a mild blend to put in a tea, and then I get the exact moment in time. Nevertheless, it happened. So in Michael the Brave, in the high school, there was an important period of maybe half a year of ascetic, of an ascetic attitude, whereby I wouldn't eat bread, I wouldn't eat almost anything, and it resorted to some sort of punishment when doing something wrong. Read quite a bit. Yeah, it was good. And that was one of the upsides of the terrible communist regime. I mean, it was crazy, terrifying, horrible, and twisted the minds and brainwashed so many. Maybe that's one here. But having nothing to do, no 2 hours of television a day, and no more to go to. Fortunately, thank God. Allahu Akbar or something. You were forced to read. So I read a lot. Did mathematics. And started having amazing results in school. Even got a prize at the Bucharest level in literature or something. Anyway, Romanian. But on the other hand, with girls, I was no good. I tried, looked around, and had all kinds of desires which had to be repressed or so. But up to the age of about 19 or 20, not the 40-year virgin in those comedies, but the 20-year virgin, yes. So, starting so late, after that it was a wild goose chase, or a wild ride, or wild party, because then I just it became an obsession, and it was an obsession for such a long time, compensating probably, trying to find affection in sex, which is actually a desire. Sex is not love, but still, I mean, hard to say. I will end with it just this case. Once I was with Adrian on the Black Sea coast. The attitude towards sexual desires and impulses, no remorse, no chance lost or something. So there were two girls who were not really attractive, horizontally challenged, not to say fat, and unappealing. I don't know what else, but still we said, well, look, if it's not that interesting. And for that day, it didn't work out. But then otherwise, we'll come back with these lascivious stories. We had all kinds of sexual passing relations after the age of 20. Only that day didn't. There was nothing on the horizon. So we said, okay, we'll talk to these girls, and if something happens in 10 minutes, we go for it. If not, we'll just give it 10 minutes. So we went and said, well, how about having sex or something like that, but briefly, shortly, to the point, and very obnoxiously, so to say. And they said yes. So we did, but that's not summarizing. That's not the whole point, but it was a trend, an important aspect of those days. Going for any girl that was around, almost there. Well, 8 tomorrow, hopefully.